listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right, barely all right. Hold on. Welcome to the show, everybody. Almost didn't make it again, but we are here. That's all that matters. Hey, it's a little blurry under here. Hold on, let me get this on. Okay, you ready? We're going to get started. Let's look into this. Oh, they want to play dirty games today. They want to play dirty games. This wants to play. Here we go. Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, it's got dust on it. What the hell? All right. Well, tonight we are going to talk about Skiffity Doodah Day. It's almost Halloween. You want a skiff? The sports model does not fly, dummies. This has got to be a fake, right? We're going to talk about it. Oh, did you hear burst shit talk? Yeah, let me, oh, wow. Let me pull out. I got some interesting things tonight. I found out this new feature. Not a new feature. For me, it will be. I didn't think you can get audio on this thing on Spreaker. What did I just fucking say? On StreamYard. And I was sitting at the computer today I was getting the show ready, and I was trying to figure out a way to get one of my videos to play maybe for you. But I found out this other feature where before I didn't use it because there was no way to get sound. Well, now they can. I want to see if this works real quick because I want to play something tonight. And let me just put this in there. Let's see if this works. Tell me if you can hear this. I could check myself.
Hi, my name is Rich Giordano. I am a UFO
Can you hear
hunter or sky watcher, whatever term you want to use. That's fine with me.
I can't believe this works.
Give a little.
That's cool. I can't believe this works. Now I am really excited. This changes the whole show. It's going to be a good one tonight. Got some interesting things I want to show you. Look at it. We've talked about it. So tonight as a bonus after the show, I'll play it. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm going to do after the show. But welcome to this show. Tonight's show is not brought to you by coffee. No, it's not. It's brought to you by Prime. Tonight we're going to try Prime. Everybody's been talking about it. I'm going to try it. There's 100% sugar mango in this thing, and I'm taking the diabetes to a test tonight. You know, that's not the problem with me. That's not my problem. So I don't want to hear you should be drinking that shit. I know I shouldn't. But I want to, and I want to feel like I can still do things I'm not supposed to and get away with it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And let me see here. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. We do a quick roll call and get this shindig on the road. Skiff off, Birchett. I don't have a lot of show. Oh, yeah, I do have the show set up. That's right. A few things here we'll talk about. That's right. I did it differently tonight. So good. All right, let's start the roll call. Jeanette Angel, the angel of Goofon, throwing down a 5-pound, 5 quid super dono. It's a dono. It's beautiful. It's really nice. This. See that thing? That's right. That's that frayed piece. See, this hat's supposed to be made to look like it's got age on it, right? And some of the stuff, it just confuses me when I look at it. I'm so confused. Thank you, Jeanette, for the 5-pound, 5 quid super dono. As always, Jeanette is a continuing supporter of Goofon. You can help the same way if you want to help support Truthology for Ufology. Better late than never. Thanks, Angel. The angel of Goofonia. Ed Chouffet, welcome to the show with the 1 pound, 1 quid super dono. Himself. What the? Throwing down a continuing supporter of Goofon, Mr. Ed Chouffet. Chouffet? Who say? Welcome to the show, Ed. Thank you very much, Mr. Chouffet. And he's also a member. To end all the speculation, my last name sounds like Shovit. Shuffit. I was way the hell off. Thank God you used one of these things. Thank you. So the way I didn't think it was is the way it sounds. Ed Shuffit. I'm like, it's got to be Chouffet. Nobody would have a name Shuffit. Nobody. I would never think that could happen. Well, it did. Thank you, sir, for your continuing and ongoing support, your dedication to Goofon and their roadways and infrastructures, and thank you for being a member for 2 months. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. Ed Shuffit. All right. Thank you, sir. And welcome to the show, everybody. Who else is here? Oh, hey, guys. By the way, a little bit of a situation happened this morning with, our good friend Alien Girl 111, Star Child, Amy, my one-day wife on the internet. Her daddy passed away, and she found him this morning. You know, just going through the routine, walked, there he was, and he passed away. So if you can say, give, throw out the energy, the love, the prayer towards our star child, Amy, her father and family. She's had a tough year. And if you could, just send the best vibes you got. Just send it all. We're going to send it all. Get everyone to pray. I love you, Amy. And God bless, alien bless to Pops. I don't know what else to say. But welcome to the show. Tony Two Times. Tony Two Times is here. What do you say? What do you say? I love that name. Finally, somebody got a little smart and used it. Marcel Nunn, because somebody's got to be one. Welcome to the... Hey, Kelly Lewis is here, everybody. The KLEW. YOY, fools. I almost said files. Welcome to the show again. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Welcome to the show. Let's try this. Ed Chavette. V-Man, welcome to the show. It's been a minute. Good to see you. David Rogue, welcome to the show. Brian D, welcome to the show. Myra Page. I like the flower. That's a Hawaiian Tulipsikinia prutania. No. Diane Boss, the boss of Goof On. Welcome to this show. Moody Mongol, everybody. Moody Mongol. Andrea Coran, welcome to the show. Moody Mongol, everybody. Somebody shares it, I know. Alfie Joe Bob, the AJB is here. Welcome to the show. Hey, Brooke is. Hey, what do you say there, Chief? Yeah, it is. $3 they wanted. It was on sale 2 for $5. And I just had it open and spilled a little on myself. I mean, that's what we do. I don't want to use this to clean. I got to go get something to clean this shit. Come on. Oh, wait. Yeah, I might as well. No, can't. Hold on. Welcome to the show, everybody. All right, let's get started. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means I went a little long with everything because I spilled stuff too. All right. All right, let's christen the show in a minute. Guys, thanks for hanging out, really. I know this morning you guys were jonesing for a little bit of ufological talk. They did the skiff meeting. And I want to play this short clip of what Burchett said about it, because it's kind of funny. It wasn't meant to be. It's just how he talks. And I'm going to get that here. And let's play that for you. I've got, this show really tonight, it's a lot of me tonight. You'll see. This is from That UFO Podcast. Great guy, great podcast. If you ever like listening to what's going on that side of ufology. All right, let's see if this works. Here we go. I'll skip forward to where he has Tim Burchett. I don't think I can get Burchett, on my show, but I don't want him. I don't know. He doesn't bring in numbers or Wow, when this came out, it had 2,500 views after 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now it's got 27. Oh, no, that's subscribers. I'm sorry. 8,000 views 4 hours ago. All right. I can't believe only 8,000
have come out disappointed.
Well, I didn't really have any real hopes because that's what we're getting. I told somebody it's like all these guys are like, when I talk to them, they're like looking down the barrel of a .22 rifle. It's just very narrow and very straight. And they're honestly I feel like they're telling the truth within their limited scope, but it is very compartmentalized.
They are telling the truth, you know, in their eyes. I like how he says that.
I feel like they're telling the truth within their limited scope, but it is very
They feel like they're telling the truth within their limited. They feel like they're telling the truth. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do this over and over.
The truth within their limited scope and very straight. And they're honestly I feel like they're telling the truth within their limited scope, but it is very compartmentalized. And we learned our lesson how to do that during the Second World War when they're developing the atomic bomb. You know, had thousands of people working in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and maybe 12 apparently only knew what they were doing. And so that's how these guys, you know, they come up and they tell you the truth. They could take a lie detector test and pass it because and it's by design. They keep it all contained.
Now, the hope, I think, in the summer was David Grush would be a part of this skiff or one of these sorts of settings. Comments from Senator Gillibrand that he wanted his flights and accommodation paid for. How accurate that reporting was, I'm not entirely sure, or if the comments were flippant, but was the hope to get David Grush in there today, and what happened?
No, that wasn't the attempt today. We're still working on that. We figured out maybe an angle to get him in there and how we can do it. And then we'll go from there.
So flights and accommodation costs.
I was under the impression that he wanted to get into the skiff and was asking for the money for the flight. I thought that was for this. Man, I know, I didn't pay attention good enough. It's been a tough week.
Aren't going to be an issue to get David Grush.
No, it's the trouble we've got is them just denying his accessibility. We've got one of our members has an amendment drawn up to a bill to ensure that he is in fact able to do that. That seems like it to be a clear-cut way to do it. If there's any financial anything wrong with it.
Wait, what?
If there's any finance in fact able to do that, drawn up to a bill to ensure.
Hold on.
Them just denying his accessibility. We've got one of our members has an amendment drawn up to a bill to ensure that he is in fact able to do that. That seems like it to be a clear-cut way to do it. If there's any financial anything wrong with it.
What?
Anything, if there's a fiscal cost to it, that would be provided.
What is he saying?
Well, I seen Matt Laszlo from Askapol was on the scene and spoke to yourself and Congressman Burleson. And the comment Matt's put online says that it was mentioned, I believe, by Congressman Burleson that someone had found some sort of propulsion. Is that something that has been talked about, or Mr. Burleson said?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Okay. I know Matt was...
You could get the recording and I won't comment on that.
No, of course, that's fine. Still waiting on that coming out from Matt Laszlo. Do you feel the way things are, they're actively being shut down by folks in the background?
Absolutely. You know, since 1947, they've told us these things don't exist. And then now they tell us they do exist.
So why would Burchett, and this is what I wanted to know. This is one of the things I would ask him. Why would you want to do these skiff meetings if you know darn well and good you're not going to hear anything? You know, and now you're putting yourself a target on your back, which Burchett said he would never do. I don't need to be a part of those skiff meetings. If I do, you know, you put a target on your back, you're going to wake up one day dead with two in the back, you know. It just ain't going to be something I'm not interested in. Well, he is now.
Yes, but now nobody can tell us where we can look to see where they exist. You know, it's just It's like peeling off the layers of an onion. You get down and you get another layer.
I think for a long time it's been faceless names that have maybe tried to get this moved forward in the past, whereas now we do have yourself, Representative Luna, and others actively trying to push this forward. So you're always going to be in the firing.
Well, what does that mean? We've always had faceless people doing it. That makes no sense.
Line of the social media world and the UFO fans as such. What do you think you can do now with your colleagues to keep pushing forward?
Well, we just keep pushing at our government level, but until somebody walks out of one of these quasi-governmental businesses, which is where they're at, if they even exist anymore, they're in these businesses so we don't have we can't get to them through FOIA. They're government funded contracts, but FOIA, of course, is Freedom of Information Act, where we can get a hold of. And what's going to have to happen is somebody's going to have to walk out with material or physical evidence or something like that, and bring it forward to the American public. That's the only way this is ever going to, I think, get to the bottom of it.
And what's your very next steps? Have you got something arranged in the coming days or weeks?
Yeah, we're gonna have another hearing. I mean, that we're gonna do it. We're gonna pursue it as far as we can. We need to get some of the defense people in here, maybe some of the defense contractors.
So now he's talking the next skiff. They want to get defense contractors. Wow, really? See, now that's cool to me. I'd like to see that. Hey, that would be good. We're not done yet. We got a few seconds left, but I like that they're going to do the next skiff. It's supposed to be what, another week or so? The 6th of November? 5th, 6th, somewhere around there. I think it's the 6th. I want to hear him though, being on the outside, hearing in is not the plan. This is really weird. See, now the government has us, listen to this, listening to absolutely nothing. Nothing. That's what this is. What'd you see? Can't tell you. What'd you hear? Can't tell you. What was it about? I can't really tell you that. But you did have a meeting. Yeah, we had a meeting, I guess. What do you mean, you guess? I can't tell you that. I just can't tell you anything. So it was a meeting about nothing. No, it was something. Just nothing for the public. But what was said. I was in there. Yep. Okay. So what was said? Well, you almost tricked me. I can't tell you what's in there. Just imagine this. It didn't happen. Same conversation we would have tomorrow if you asked me again. All right. Thank you for the interview, that podcast show, whatever it is, UFO podcast. Hey, we got nothing. Again, that's not his fault, but it's an interview about nothing, literally, figuratively, and
chew visually on them for a little while and let them tell us their limited knowledge again. And we just got to narrow it down. We
got to narrow it down. Listen to that dance.
Defense people in here, maybe some of the defense contractors, and chew on them for a little while and let them tell us their limited knowledge again. And we just got to narrow it down. We've been with some witnesses.
We just got to narrow it down. We got to narrow it down.
Their limited knowledge again, and we just got to
narrow
it down. We've been with some witnesses. We've talked to NASA, and we need to get these defense contractors in here and some of the people from the Department of Defense to talk.
And tell us nothing.
Talk to us.
And finally, have you got a realistic timeline on that happening?
I talked to the new speaker today, Mike Johnson, on the floor just minutes ago, and
Mike Johnson,
and he affirmed that we're going to try to get something going, whether that be a select committee or a full committee. I'd prefer a select committee just because it would allow us, I think, more abilities to go after people.
So Mike Johnson, friendly to the conversation as such?
He was I think he'll be, I was one of the 8 people that voted to remove the former speaker so that he is now speaker. So he might listen to me more than he listens to some other folks.
Well, Tim.
So I guess they did have the meeting after all, and Burchett wasn't kicked out. Like I was told that might happen and it might be canceled. It went through. Okay, great. Still, means nothing to us. To us. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we still doing the show? Now, I've found this new thing for the show, and it worked. But a lot of people don't get to see the whole entire 2-hour show here. And along the way, I've made some videos for Third Phase UFO Report and other little projects and things of my own, like my ghost bird or runner in the park. Remember, from the drone, and then it turns, but it doesn't, and it keeps the same, and it's a ghost. I caught it up with my drone running. I think it's a runner in a park. I want to show that video later too. It's fun. So I've got these new features. For me, they're new, and it sets up my videos. I want to see what this is. Oh, wait. I also tonight, because people have been asking about it. What episode where you talk to Tucker Carlson's manager or whatever. What do you call those people? Well, I found it. I actually found the episode. It's called Tucker Carlson's coordinating producer reaches out to goof on. I mean, how much more plain can it be than that? So if it's always been there. And some of you never heard that because it was 3 years ago. But this is a true call, and it happened. See, this guy, I had made a video for Tucker Carlson. And a couple of days later, supposedly, this guy who's his producer calls me. Well, his assistant calls me and sets up a time for the producer to call me. And he said he'll call between here and here. Well, between here and here was between when my show was on, and he called when the show started. And I'm like this with my phone, and everybody can hear the conversation. Now, Third Phase of Moon was watching that show, and they're like, what if he's watching you right now and you're having this conversation live on your show? He may want to not help you talk to Tucker Carlson. And in the background, I'm like, shit, that's right. I didn't even think of that. This guy doesn't know we're on the show. Well, anyway, this is what happened. And it's not why I didn't make it on Tucker Carlson. I didn't make it on because I was never going to get on. This guy called and we talked for about 30 minutes. And he was vetting me, of course, asking me all questions. It was a good conversation, actually. He said that Joe Biden was in bad shape. He's got this inside information. We're talking about it on the show. Let me pull it up here. Just a little history and goof on.
Saturday night, up here in Arizona, up north, I think in Vernon, something like that. Somebody's calling me here at a 480. I can't answer that. I just can't. It's from Florida.
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know why that happened the way it did. They called in on my show phone number.
Hold on one second, sir.
Which is 480-262-2637. I don't know why they would call that. I never gave that number out.
Okay, yes. This is Rich. Hello?
Yeah, Rich?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rich, right?
Yep.
How are you tonight?
Doing well. May I ask who is calling?
Good. Good. Yes, you may.
Who's
My name
calling?
is Charles.
Charles. All right. Well, what can I do for you?
want to communicate with you. Or you reached out yourself. I actually happen to have an interest, personally. That's why I've been charged with this. But a coordinating producer for the show.
Okay.
So, just want to say, it's kind of in my wheelhouse already, but again, I say I take a particular interest in the subject matter. So there's a nice overlap there. But what would you say that you would? What is your message in a nutshell? That for instance, we've had what people would consider a soft beginning of a soft disclosure, to use the terminology a lot to use. But then there has been pause.
Okay. Now, who talks this way? I mean, right? He doesn't come on and say, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm the coordinating producer for the Tucker Carlson show. May I speak with Rich Giordano, please?" None of that. You actually reached out or something happened. I mean, he did sound like he was on Valium. Why, oh, why, fools? That's why. See, when the phone rang, I didn't know who it was. And at the time, I had the open line. People could call in, but I didn't have it set up. But even though I had it on, it wasn't set up to take calls. That's why I said I can't take it. I can't take it. So I thought I was being pranked in the beginning. I thought somebody was pranking me, and like, hey, I had nothing to do with the show. I didn't know. As a matter of fact, early in that conversation, I almost say, "What show?" I say, "What?" Like that. And I know me. I know what I was thinking. Well, anyway, you could always watch that. I'll put the link to that in the show description and the start time of 30 minutes into the show. It's actually interesting. That show was pretty good from what I saw today. It's a good show. All right. What is this here? That is not what I was wanting. Not that. Jaw dropping was last night. Dorothy on DIT. Oh, yeah. Did you know Mind Forked interviewed Grant Levac yesterday? You guys may want to check that out. And that's on Mind Forked, who's good friends of the show and Alien Girl in the Morning and, Nathan at the Quantum Show and so on. All right. And I also, I didn't do that too. That's right. All right. We are, did I put this in the thumbnail? No. Okay. So you can see Lazar and Grush are doing the same thing. I said Lazar was a plant by John Lear, which I think is true to an extent. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. They just look a lot alike. And we talked about Skiff. Halloween is coming. And I wanted to play this clip. It's about John Burroughs. He's the one who touched the UFO that came down at Rendlesham. Right. But for some reason on Weaponized, I have it bookmarked to play this clip at the 14-minute mark that has to do with John Burroughs. And why? Oh, why would I do that? Let's see it. Weaponized. Yesterday.
And he was putting on the citizen hearing on disclosure, which everybody should watch. It's 40 witnesses and a week of testimony in front of 5 Congress people and 1 senator. John Burroughs was part of the Rendlesham Forest UFO encounters. and he had a heart problem, they wouldn't admit that he was even there because it was a UFO incident, it was all classified. So when he testified at that panel that we all set up there, they couldn't believe it. They wouldn't give him health benefits because of an injury he received because of close proximity to UFOs. So you're right, John McCain jumped in. That was a letter that everybody signed that was there. We documented that signing, and it worked. They gave him full medical benefits. He had a life-saving surgery on his heart. Very weird thing happened, though. When he was in surgery, the doctor got a call from a military individual telling them exactly what to do to repair this issue that was caused by UAP. And that showed knowledge of our military on exactly what UAP does to the heart in that situation.
Wow. That is really, now I know why I bookmarked that clip. See, we've been working with aliens hand in hand since day 2. Day 1, we couldn't work with them. They smelled. No, this is an amazing account of memory recall that I've heard it before, but it's interesting to hear it again, and that it does show the government has some sort of understanding of what happens to the body when somebody or something gets close to a UFO that is giving off some sort of radiation, right? Isn't that what the big deal is? It's radiated energy. So the ships are nuclear? That's why they got Bob Lazar, because they think that was nuclear. Oh, that's why the name of Bob's business is Nuclear, whatever it is. Okay. Interesting. Bob Lazar. And you know why Bob Lazar came out of hiding. 35 years, we don't hear from him. As you guys know, I didn't make $1. I actually stayed quiet until Jeremy harassed me to make this fucking movie. And then John Lear died, and well, the coast was clear, so I didn't have to worry about not talking anymore to save John's life because he kicked the bucket. So, I'm here. Thanks, Chicky. Chicky? Yeah. Isn't it weird how things happen? Just, you have to look at, and that's not something I would have noticed hadn't I lived more than 30 years. I think over life, you see certain things in TV shows, in courtrooms, and it doesn't matter. Life gives you the answers sometimes just by accident. And I actually think if you look at the timing of when John Lear died and when Bob Lazar came out of the woodwork, it seems like Bob Lazar was told to stay the hell out of ufology. You talk about this, and we're going to kill John, and we're going to kill you and your family and friends. John Lear got a message saying, if you don't keep him quiet. See, John Lear had connections into the military, into the special programs. And he knew people through his father's connections of the airplanes, the jets, and all that shit of what he was associated. And of course, he had connections. And I think one of those connections was to get Bob Lazar inside S4 or to work on a UFO and report back to John Lear, which is what he did. Isn't that weird? What are the odds that the government in that sector, S4 sector, alien body sector, alien and UFO sector, right? If that was really there at S4, really, it's too perfect. And Bob Lazar looks a lot alike of John Lear. They look a lot alike. I didn't do a side-by-side comparison. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I was sitting here half the day. But anyway, it is weird. It is very, very strange that Bob Lazar knows a guy, or this guy knows him, John Lear, they know each other, through people and friends and what Bob does with his rocket cars and his brain and everything else and business dealings and murderous ways. Now it makes sense to me why the government selected Bob Lazar, a recluse, somebody who was expendable, yeah, to a point. This is a guy, Bob Lazar, who stayed away, kept his mouth quiet, and when John Lear died, he came out of the woodwork about a year later to not make it that obvious. Telling you there's a story there, and I just starting. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get DNA samples. Wouldn't that be great? All right. I did say I have some videos I want to play, and they do have to do with me. So I played the first one. What's this one? It's in the queue. So let's add it. Dude, jump ship off Goof on. Stay off the ship. Oh, this is the unseen Scambian video. Right. Bonus. We'll do that later. What's this one? Third phase UFO report. Let's see what this is. It could be an unseen. I've made episodes that nobody's ever seen, not even third phase of Moon, because I'd make some of these videos and didn't like them, or I had to add something and never finish it. Then I'd get sick or something would happen, and the video never got finished or uploaded. And this may be one of them. Let's see. Welcome to Third Phase UFO Report. I'm Rich Giordano from UFON, and here is today's report. Well, we're landing back in reality, and UFOs are still running amok all over the planet. Yep. What else is new? Yep. We have some old, back at 30,000 feet. All right. We have been told, how many times have you heard this? If we saw alien technology or their ships, we would think it was magic. We wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This seems like one of those. I see something here that looks like the classic Tic Tac, and it seems to be there in the sky next to this plane, and then it vanishes. It gets smaller as if it's taking off, and you're seeing it further and further away on almost an instant. And the camera would have to be at the most perfect spot to see it shrink like that. We didn't see it go up or down, behind. We saw it take off almost. All right, let's see what else is on here real quick. The jug. Yep, I told you. I knew I did an episode for third phase of UFO report. Look at that. Jeez. I think this is the one. Oh, the stacked lights. This is my sighting. That's why I wanted to show you guys this. All right, here's some more of me. From my files. This is 16, 17 years ago? It's very strange. I'll just let you watch it, and then I'll talk about it. We will talk. Now, I've played this here before, but this is the full version. That was a weird night. I remember this vividly.
Lights. I don't know what these are, man. These just popped up. I was looking right at it.
Tripod. But the camera does not have an optical imaging stabilizer, so even though it's on a tripod, you still get that shake because, you know, tripod.
This is cool.
That is cool. Weird. I was looking due west.
Holy mackerel.
I don't know what time it is. Probably, I think, around 8 o'clock. That's weird. The time isn't showing. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it was around 8, 9 o'clock. The lights are stacked.
It's pulsing faster.
Yeah. Look, there's an airplane going to cross right in front of it. Yeah, I got to call Rob, see if he can see this thing.
And that was in the direction of a guy named Rob Krakowski, who turned out to be a hoaxer. That's an airplane. See the difference? Night and day.
Weird thing down here.
There's a little more. It's just an interesting sighting. I don't understand it. I don't know, an airplane that would look like that. And I'm out there every night. Now I've been out there for a year almost. You can see I started April 15th, 2004. So this is a year later. Yeah, and I don't know what that is, but it is interesting. I have to admit. I don't know what it is, but I showed you the airplane, and you can see the lights are a little... Oh, wow, I forgot. I'm sorry. It was really short. It's in this report. Anyway, I thought that would be nice to show this.
Looking right at it.
This is one of the cooler sightings. And yeah, these are the versions that I have on the computer on the Wayback Machine for seeing UFOs. Cool. See that? I don't get it. Those are cubes. And when I analyzed this and went frame to frame, it was strange. It was like those lights were prisms. And then when I would look at the airplane lights, they weren't like prisms. It's very cool. I just don't know why they're stacked. I don't know what that could be. Back then, drones weren't a thing. We never talked about drones. I just put my shoes on. Is this the airplane? No, that's the thing.
Shaky. Touched it.
But this thing, now it's pulsing faster, and this thing was just meandering. I can't tell how far away to the west it was. Maybe a mile or two, maybe 3 or 5.
Yeah, I got.
But the angle was just above sunset line, just above the horizon, maybe a few degrees.
See this thing.
It was low in the sky. I don't know. There's an airplane now. Watch. You can see the difference. Very similar, but different.
Not even the same.
And that thing is moving fast.
It's much faster. Look at this thing.
Yeah, the other thing was...
Pick it up at 17.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's more. Well, this is definitely strange. That's for sure. I saw this. Obviously, you can see in 2005. I have seen lights from video. All right, all right, I got to figure out how to stop it. Oh, this is so cool. I like this new feature. For me, it's not new to StreamYard. Let's remove it from the stage. Voyola. And there you go. That is the stacked lights UFO. Congratulations, Rich. Remove from studio? Yes. Okay, I think I did it right. I could always get it back. What's this?
Praise the cash! If you don't praise the cash, there's no way I can get out of here. I gotta have things done my way, and that's that.
Huh?
If you're in the middle of the jungle, praise the cash. You never know.
Oh, you know what this is? Oh, those are sound bites for a video I was making, and then I was also helping somebody named Carnundrum. And I gave him, I think these were sound bites because he was going to use Scambian's my voice as Scambian's voice. I don't know if he ever made the video, but that's funny. Scambian is Steve Cambian, the asshole liar troll that only believes himself even when the truth is in front of him, and he lies about everything. But that's him. That's the guy who we were in a fight with for a while. And then this is me doing that.
Find out there.
Doing his voice.
Hey, guys.
Oh, here's some laughs. Ufology. We don't need to listen to that anymore. What is this?
background to my story as a UFO hunter.
Oh, what is
and
this?
Researcher. Back in 2004.
Oh, this
I had
is
eye surgery.
Oh, what is this, Rich? I don't want to play something I already did. No, this is new. Okay. This is the spy guy. This was this is the guy who followed me. I've played this on the show several times. And I made a video about
Somebody, maybe.
And I said, the men in black don't dress in suits anymore. They just follow us and look like normal people. I don't know if this video, I get zoomed in on this, but this guy, it looks like he's wearing a mask, like big nose, you know?
600, 700 feet away on the opposite corner. And this person is recording. I see he's got a tripod, and my friend picks up the phone, and we were talking, and I go, hey, there's another guy doing what I'm doing. Maybe they're watching me, seeing what I'm doing. You know, you read these stories online about people who see UFOs and are visited by the men in black. I wasn't, but there have been some weird things happening that I won't get into now, but it may have been part of paranoia. I don't know. But my wife was a witness at the time.
That's honest.
So I will put the paranoia label to the side just for now. But as I'm recording this guy, I noticed he's recording me. He's got his camera pointed right at me, as you can see in this video clip. And my friend goes, just record him. So I did. And that's what you see. You see me zooming in on him and recording him. And he realizes that and proceeds to push his camera down into the tripod and then pick up the tripod and walk away. Turns his head to the left so I couldn't see his face, which I had already recorded. But with high 8 back in 2004, you can see the quality isn't what it is today. And I thought, well, maybe it's a guy recording me just because he thinks I was doing something nefarious, you know, the attacks on New York and the Pentagon and whatnot. So maybe they were watching me for that reason, but I decided I was going to go over there. Because when he walked away, he turned his head to the left, carried his tripod in the right hand, and went behind a building, which was the Girl Scouts of Arizona's, supposedly their home headquarters. And he went behind that building, and I got in my car, threw my tripod in the back, with the camera still attached to it, and I drove over there and didn't see anything. But I did see a security guard who was watching the parking structure. He comes walking out, and I said, did you just see a guy with a camera? And we were talking for a second, and he goes, yeah. He was recording, over above them trees or something. And I said, no, he was recording me. And I told him I was recording a UFO, and I think he was recording me recording the UFO. He says, well, he just got in his car and drove out of here like a bat out of hell. Okay. I didn't see him. The guy said it was a reddish car. I
see him, but he left. He moved behind the building. He didn't want me to see him.
Here it is.
I got him. And he's gone. I'm figuring out what to do. I thought it was Jeff Willis from. I'm gonna go over there. Should I go over there? He might be a cop or something. He might be like FBI or whatever. Maybe they're following me and seeing what I'm doing. He may have went to the shade, but I'm going
Greg
over there.
Brown, it is.
Stay on the phone with me because I'm going to leave the tape running.
Yeah, exactly,
and
right.
I'll say, hey, do you mind if I hang out here?
And the cars at the Girl Scout look like unmarked Lincoln town cars, or one of them.
So it was a pretty interesting story right there. Were the phones tapped? I don't know. I don't think you can tell. But some strange threatening people have. And I don't know if I'm lucky. If I did anything.
That's it.
They wanted it. Anyway, this is Rich Giordano from Goof
So you want to hear an update on this? Believe it or not, there is an update
here today.
Early when okay, hold on, let me get rid of this. So this is crazy. Before I moved to Florida, a month or two before I moved to Florida, it was around Christmas time, maybe 5-6 months. I saw that guy. He was older. It looked like him. And I just happened to be recording because of COVID. And I was walking around the store showing how the shelves were empty. And there's the guy that looked like that guy, but older. I'm telling you, he was all alone. Nobody was with him. He looked like he was part homeless. But he looked older, and it had the same hair. It was thinner. It was a little more gray. But he's a tall guy. I would say about 6'2". It was weird. 6'2", 200 now, maybe 190. Yeah, it was interesting. So I have a video of him that we could compare to and see if it's really him. But well, okay, so tomorrow I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to go to another store and look for the another capture. See, I have a capture thing, right? And it says I should be able to do everything I want to do, right? So I connect it. And I connect it to these, a couple of these, and then it goes into the camera, but there's no software that pops up. I don't know what to do. So that's where I'm at. It popped up the very first time. A screen did pop up, and I was able to see my videos on a little TV screen. Because when it popped up, it showed the player. And they had buttons that you could go fast forward frame by frame on the actual player on the screen instead of doing it on the camera. And I was like, oh, this is great. And never worked after that. Damn it. And what happened was I had gotten sick and I was out for 2 weeks. 12 days. That was the big 15-day hiatus that we took in February. Yeah, that sucked. So since February, but tomorrow, more of an effort to get it going. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to look at some of my videos. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Speaking of which, I don't know what the show just went in this direction for now. I want to see what this is. This seemed like a good video to play.
And then 2 more reports on UFO.
What is this? Oh, I know why I took this one out. This was one of my favorite videos. This was, and I'll play it later. I'm not going to do it now. I know, you're welcome. That is a video that showed the players in ufology at the time from 3 years ago. And it was a pretty good dissection of what everybody was doing. That was a good video. Third Phase liked that one too. They played it on their actual channel. All right. With that being said, we're right in the middle. I'm just going to keep going and do what I do.
Ghost.
Here's the ghost bird. You take a look at this. Oh, part 2? Why would there be 2 parts? All right, let's try this one.
Going in, and I don't know if I posted this here or not. I may have. I know I posted this on.
Oh, this is the TikTok video I made. This is on TikTok right now. Okay.
But watch the video.
I remember.
and then I'll go over it.
I want to show you something. All right, hold on. Let's do this. You're going to see people walking. See these people? I don't know if you can see it top right. I don't know if you can see my cursor either. Hold on. I'm going to do something here. I want to see if I can see my own cursor. No. I'm going to do something here. Can't see it. If I can see my own cursor. Anyway, if you follow the sidewalk here on the right side in the middle of the screen, you see people. Anyway, if you see them walking there, right? I'll move the arrow out of the way. Hold on. I'll move the arrow out of the way. That's where these people are walking. You see their shadows? See the shadows? Okay. Just remember their shadows, the way they're angled. That's the shadow that I captured is facing the same direction. Pretty much it's up to top of the screen to bottom, north to south, with a little bit of a turn to the west a little, right? So it's almost perfectly straight up and down. When my little object or ghost bird comes in, it is the same angle as the shadows everywhere. But when it makes a turn, it keeps the shadow in the same setup. When a bird turns, do the wings turn with the bird or does it stay static? You know, does it do this when it turns or does it do this? When it turns, all right, here's a bird, right? All right, here's a bird. Here's a bird. When it's going to turn, what is it going to do? Is it going to go like this or is it going to go like this? Oh, let's see. Birdie. Oh, birds turn like that. Oh, but this bird does what? Go ahead, show them. Show them. This bird turns like this. That's not normal. It keeps the same. It keeps the wings, no matter where it goes, the wings are always the same. Now I want you to think of it as somebody running, and these are legs. Because that's what I think this is. I think this is a person, a ghost, that is running in the park. You'll see. I think. Where is it? Press play. Oh, here it is. All right, let's finish. You guys watch the rest now that I explained all that.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't think this is a bird, and let me explain why. You'll see later on as this plays out.
It looks like the shadow of somebody's legs. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay, first of all, this is a drone, my drone. I stopped flying it, and you can see me to the left. I was just chilled out. I was just looking down at myself, looking at some of the filters and features on the drone camera. I didn't know I captured this until many, many months later. It's not a bird. There's no flapping of the wings. When this comes in from the right, it has, if you can imagine what a plane's wings look like, right? Spread out. Now, this thing turns right or towards the top of the screen, but the wings don't turn. Watch this. You can see they're straight up and down. Now it's going to make a right-hand turn, but the wings stay long like this, up and down. See? That's only part of it. This is where it gets a little bit weird. You see it coming in? Watch how the shadow changes position from left to right without continuing its forward momentum. It doesn't make sense to me. What is it? Now, it's moving, you can see here, and it looks like it changed lanes. Watch how it shifts over to the right. It's going straight. Watch this. It goes from the left to the right, and it moves over without a pause in the film, without a pause in the recording, excuse me. Part 2 will be coming up shortly in a future edit, so don't forget to sign up to...
Wow. It's an interesting video. part 2 was showing the other object I captured, and I never put it up. I couldn't get the video to work. It just never happened. So that's another one. All right, let's remove this. Is that the one I want to remove? Yeah. And let's remove it from the studio. Giddy up. All right. Ufology's, as I've been saying, in a strange place right now. It's a very confusing time. The reason we don't have more than 100 people here is because we started late, and I bet people were pissed and were like, forget this guy. I would have been pissed. But not worried. What was I saying? Hold on, it'll come back to me. It's one of those. It's one of those. Come on, chickie. I can't remember what I was just saying. So let's go back. Let's listen to what I just said. Here we go. Here it is. Let's see. Oh, ufology's in a strange place. It's very confusing time, I said. Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Thank you for reminding you. All right, so you go to the beginning of the year. I talked about this the last 5 times we've been here. You know, you got attacks in Peru from supposed weird alien forces. Then we have aliens landing in Vegas or crash landing in some kid's backyard. Stories held on till when Grush comes out, then it goes viral and everybody is wondering, is it real or is it fake? And then we have the meeting, the subcommittee meeting, Grush, Fravor, and Graves. Then we also had the congressional hearing, right? We had a lot of stuff happen this year and a bunch of other little things in between. It hasn't been, and the lady who says, he's not real, right? Plane lady, crazy plane lady. It's been strange and it's very confusing. AARO doesn't want to acknowledge that these UFOs have been documented as hurting people. No, not their feelings, but physically degrading one's health by just being in the vicinity of it. I don't know how close. I don't know if they touched it or whatever. I always say touch it. When all else, you must touch the UFO. Absolutely. You would not be an American. You wouldn't be human if you didn't touch the UFO. Jim Burrows did, and he had health issues. And the government didn't want to acknowledge. You heard Burchett talk about it, right? Wasn't that Burchett? Who said that? Oh, no, it was Jeremy Maguire. Corbell. Jeremy Corbell, yeah. Corbell said it. And it's true. AARO is making this a very confusing time. We talked about it yesterday, day before that. And how can you say you want to do this? Well, nobody's saying it. The government's not saying, oh, we're going to have drip disclosure now. It seems like we're getting the drip disclosure process started, right? But we're having pushback from AARO and other people in the government that don't want this and are retracting things that have been said, trying to find things and say, nope. How can you have disclosure on the way without acknowledging the evidence and without showing us any evidence? I am excited, though, that Burchett said they're going to try to get contractors, defense contractors, into a SCIF meeting. I would love to be a fly on that wall. But here's the deal, and I know everyone will agree. Why bother? Why? We know that there's black budget programs where funds are illegally being directed towards those places. I get it. We have two NASAs, one for the public, one for the government or the elite, right? We do. Oh, we definitely have two. Space, we've got two. Of course there's a space program, a secret space program. I never denied there was a secret space program. I'm almost positive there is. I would bet there is. And that little tidbit of information came out in the movie Contact as one of those things where, oh, they told us the truth in a movie, but nobody caught it. Oh, I caught it. When you have enough money to build one, why not build two? Remember? And then he zooms in because they built the continuum or whatever the thing she sat in and it got blown up, sabotaged. And they thought the project was over. We're never going to find out what the chair meant, what we're supposed to do in that thing. But thank God. What was that? Wheeland Enterprises? Wheeland. Might as well be. There's so many moving parts to our field. Yes, our field. Do you know what that means to be in a field of research? That means your boots on the ground or you're studying shit. You're doing it. You're in the field. For those of you who didn't know what that meant, especially a few people in the UK who I know still watch this show. All right, well, I was going to play this. This is the John Burroughs. Huh? Oh, yeah. Never mind. I already did that. Already did that. It's not time for this yet. I got some videos I still have to play. Let's move this here. No. All right, let's get here. I didn't get to my emails today. So if you guys were sending me emails, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Although I didn't see any new emails today come in. But I answered a lot of emails yesterday and this morning. So hopefully I got everybody. Now I'm trying my hardest to make sure I get to everybody and make comments in the rooms. And all right, here we go. All right. The U.S. government will not be the bearer of UFO disclosure. People still look to the USG for disclosure confirmation and then get all depressed when stuff like the skiff debacle occurs, says Osiris on X. I mean, people love this skiff shit. Oh my God. She is just so stupid. Anjali has got to go. John Greenwald posted today. Here's a photo he posted on X of the DOD personnel leaving the skiff. People, I mean, we are so funny, are we? We are so funny. Someone has found some sort of propulsion? We need to follow up on this. Full quote. What? Wait a second. Oh, I got to play this. Tim Burchett and Eric Burleson, after the UAP briefing in the skiff, someone has found some sort of propulsion, Burleson told reporters. Full quote coming soon. Well, I'm going to play this quote now. That is crazy talk. Wait a second. How come I didn't see this earlier?
This technology, it's more so than our own government.
I can't say. I don't know. Can you go over the money doctrine again, just a bit more broadly? This money is appropriated by Congress, but why is it that you all don't know exactly how it's spent?
Yeah, that's exactly my question. Is where? So I think that the answer is that Grush his claims were that in some cases there's overbilling, or they're funding things that are to the extent calling it something else.
At one point, the Pentagon, 60% of their assets are unaccounted for. They've never passed an audit. This last deal, and we raised those issues, they penalized them by giving them $30 billion additional dollars this year.
Oh my God. Holy crapstick Tuesday. 60% of the funds that the government gets from you and I are accounted for, but the other 40% aren't. They failed their last audit. Of course they did. It's the administration's a failure. What else do you expect? Dorothy throwing down a $2 super dono. It's pure love from Dorothy Hawkins this evening. Thank you, Dorothy. Thanks for hanging out and supporting the show the way you do. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Hold on. Okay. Amy sent me a message saying she's okay. Then see you soon. She says, been crazy, but it's calmer-ish right now. Don't forget to say your prayers to our star child, Amy. Her daddy passed away overnight. She found him this morning. And so it's just been one of those days, you know. Hey, Dorothy, thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso. Big sister. Dit dot. It's dit dot 55 on X if you want to find Dorothy. Thanks, Dorothy. Hey, Into Thin Air. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. What is this, he says? The government can't account for right? Let's go back to 2001. Oh, my God. Dude, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The government, here's Burchett saying the government can't account for 40% of the funds that were allocated through tax dollars. We have no idea where 40%. You know what that's almost half. Almost half of our money is missing or not allocated or wow, disgraceful. Absolutely, Andrea Coran. Absolutely. Yes, Andrew, Sideshow, Bob, 420, Goophonian Rockstar, or Andrew. The other 40% goes to the secret UFO program, the pockets of all the people doing handshakes behind skiff doors. Yeah. Remember, on September 10th, 2001, the day before the collapse of, you know what happened, Donald Rumsfeld goes on air and says the U.S. government cannot account for $2.3 trillion of federal money. That back then, that was a lot of money. And it still is a lot. But back then, it's like double, you know? It feels like it would be double back then. 2.3 trillion back then is like 6 trillion now. So it's a lot of money, guys. And the next day, 2 planes hit the trade centers, World Trade Center 1 and 2. And just about a block or so away was Building 7. Not next door, where if the building fell on its side, it would get it. It might get it. It's close enough, but far enough away that an airplane hitting the trade center would have no effect. But it did have an effect on Building 7. And you know what happened? For the first time in history, a steel building fell down on its own footprint from fire that wasn't even burning throughout the whole building. And earlier that year, I think it was Malaysia or somewhere, there was a skyscraper that burnt completely to its core and stood. See, I think the World Trade Center, buildings 1 and 2, were built to come down the way they did. All 3 of those buildings. And I don't believe it's cut and dry guys who lived in caves with box cutters were doing what they did, and precision hitting. Pretty close. Precision. And we all know what 9/11, on the Pentagon, you want to tell me that was a big airplane that hit? No. I can't. But we do. I just don't trust the government. And when money goes missing, expect something to cover it up. Huh. You know what? That's scary. It's not like Burchett went on the news and made an announcement of government funding is missing $2.3 trillion. He said it in a passerby interview as he came out of the skiff. Let's just hope nothing bad is going to happen. See, that's why I think, if we go back to 9/11, the reason I was telling you all that bullshit about the buildings falling, because Building 7 is where the money was supposedly lost at. And that building came down that day. So nobody could research the $2.3 trillion because the building was destroyed. Do you hear what I'm telling you? I mean, you'd have to be a moron to believe that your government had nothing to do with that day.
So, that's pretty clear.
Where do you think the $2.3 trillion went to? To fund it.
We're afraid to ask, and if you ask, you're not.
That's just my opinion.
And that's why I call them war pimps. That's how they are.
So why not go right now? So why not go right now to the new speaker's office and kind of get his ear before the Pentagon does?
Yeah, we should do that.
Have you talked to him?
He just got elected.
I know, right?
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Big deal. Not interested. Skiff this. All right, so everybody's making a big deal about the skiff. What did we learn? Nothing. Damn it. So why even have them? We're probably going to go a little later than 9 o'clock tonight. So, I'm just going to keep going because I have that Tucker Carlson call I want to play and a few other videos here. So we're going to be here a minute. A little longer tonight. This video says, funniest thing ever, must play. Something have to do with Chicago mayor. Oh, watch this. This is amazingly funny at the very, very end. It really is. This is one of the funniest things I saw. I never laugh out loud anymore. This made me laugh out loud.
Johnson, the woke mayor of Chicago. This dude is going to start his own chain of grocery stores.
Exploring the idea of opening a city-owned grocery store to promote food equity.
Many neighborhoods on the south and west sides are without quality grocery stores. The major grocery chains claim they left these communities because it just was not profitable. So it begs the question how Mayor Johnson can flip that narrative.
And so it's not necessarily about profitability.
They said this is about getting healthy food to black people. Ain't no niggas eating carrots. She said the grocery store doesn't have to be profitable. If this is not profitable, and you already know this ain't going to be profitable, because niggas steal, the taxpayer's going to foot the bill. Well, that's why Walmart left. People in that area, whatever they touch, grocery stores, they're going to destroy it. Yeah. They don't deserve a grocery store. What they going to call it? What y'all going to call it? George Floyd Supermarket. You should call it Floyd's.
That's freaking awesome. I love those guys. They are funny. What are they called? Patriot Twins? Call it Floyd's. Oh my God, that was just perfect. Perfect joke. That was funny. All right. Let's play the Tucker Carlson call. Where is it? Didn't I? Oh, it's right here. Here it is. Oh, I have it open twice. I'll just continue where I left off with the other one. Here we go. This is it. Yep.
Because of other events occurring, such as the pandemic.
Right. Yep.
And the racial unrest and the presidential elections and many of the things. what are you offering? Are you offering a compilation of experiences, of recordings? I mean, what is it in particular that you are interested to bring to Tucker?
Because Tucker is only having government affiliated people on the show talking about UFOs, we feel, because I'm a correspondent for the largest UFO channel on the internet, Third Phase of Moon, and they have, including myself, evidence. We're experiencers. There's people out there who call into their show and give unbelievable accounts of seeing aliens being visited. And this is something that's never stopped. It's still going on. And why is it not being showcased on mainstream media? Well, this is the part of the show where I had to take out the conversation because there was some juice in there that couldn't have been public. Besides, I didn't want to disrespect Charles at all. And I thought it was the right thing to do. Because what happened is he called in and I thought I was being pranked. Right? I'm figuring, yeah, he's going to call me right on the show. Yeah, okay, I see what's going on here. So for the first maybe 10 minutes, I couldn't tell. And then I kind of forgot. And then I realized at the end of the show, oh my God, I've got to get this out of here. So I put it on private, waited for it to process. And yesterday I was too busy to do it, but I'm doing it now. So that's why you're hearing just the beginning. It's proof that he called. And at the end, I just gave you a little bit of taste on how it ended. So you know it was a real call. Anyway, still waiting. I don't know if it'll be this week, next week, or ever. But that was the real coordinating producer for Tucker Carlson. It's amazing. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the show. Sorry you couldn't hear that whole conversation, but it happened. Hey, if you don't want to miss anything, be here for the live show. Capiche? All right. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would say my interests are very much in alignment with yours. I'm very much interested in, are there extra dimensional creatures? Are there, I don't know. Tucker kind of is, he's a skeptic, big skeptic. But he kind of believes it. In fact, he wants to believe it. So that's good news because, I don't know any of the other ones that do want to believe it. That
what's weird about this? It's like a coordinating producer for the #1 show on network television, news, whatever, Fox at the time. Tucker was #1 and was for years. And to spend 40 minutes with me to just talk this casually, it just didn't seem like a coordinating producer would do that. Like spend just that much time with a nobody who's got nothing to offer except, I got in my part of the story to tell, It's weird. It just, the whole time, even till today, I don't think that was Tucker Carlson's coordinating producer, but I have no proof that it wasn't. I actually thought somebody who was friends with Third Phase of Moon acted it out. But then now that I'm listening to it, this guy sounds like he's a fan of ufology. He's using terminology that mainstream media people don't use. Transdimensional. They don't use that language. He used that language, which to me made me think that this guy's into UFOs, wants me to believe he's Tucker Carlson's coordinating producer, give me an impossible task, knowing I can't finish it or get it, to get on the show. And That was the question I had. Well, what would it take for me to get on his show? And he said, you would either have to have an alien body, a live alien, or a piece of a ship. Other than that, Tucker's not going to talk to you. There was no, he may not talk to you. There was no, he won't talk to you unless you have this kind of evidence. And in my mind, I'm like, that's really unfair. You let jerk-faced government people who worked in the military into the secret UFO programs talking shit the whole fucking time, yet you don't want to hear from one of the citizens who's deep into ufology and has some sort of history and opinion for the public to talk about what they feel for once. If you're so interested in giving the information out to the public, aren't you interested to hear what the public has to say? Aren't you interested? Well, Rich, they are watching. They are. They don't want us on their channels, but they're watching us. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Metalhead signed up again as it says YouTube member, but what it really says on the actual channel, Metalhead has become a member of Truthology for Ufology. Thank you very much, Metalhead. And I know you've been a member longer. You've been here for years. Thank you very much for your ongoing goof-on support. We're going to go a little late tonight, so we're going past the top of the hour if you're interested. We'll probably go for another 45 minutes. Thank you, Metalhead. Thank you. All right. I'll finish this off.
That is true if it is true, except for those. There's no one who doesn't for sure know that I know of in the same field that really wants it to be true and who will entertain notions that will perhaps lead to the conclusion that it is true. So that's why we're talking. And, I appreciate the video. Tucker wanted to communicate that, appreciates that.
How did he find out about? How did
very well produced? He said, by the way. Yes.
How did he find out about it?
He just said the Tucker Carlson video that I made. I'll play it as we leave the show tonight. He said that was very well produced. That was one of the first videos that I made for GoofOn. And I have to admit, it was well produced. I put a lot of good effort into that video. But that was nice of him to say, listen, see, and that's another thing why I don't think this guy's Tucker Carlson's coordinating producer. I just don't believe it. I can't. Listen to what he said.
So that's why we're talking. And, I appreciate the video,
It was.
I want to communicate that, appreciates that.
How did he find out about? How did
very well produced? He said.
Yeah, it was very well produced. Thank you very much. Oh, there's more.
By the way, yes.
How did he find out about it?
Come on. I can't switch screens.
Yeah.
No clue, but I can tell you this.
Is it still working?
Very well produced.
It won't let me.
A very genuine spirit.
Something's wrong. Oh, there it goes.
Well, thanks.
And the reasons that I tell you are the reasons, reasons why. He sees all kinds of things. All these guys do, and what percentage do they actually respond to even, potentially pursue? Not a lot. Not a large percentage. Of course, a lot are followed, and a lot are dropped because and substantiated. But the thing is, this is something he has personal interest in as well. So that's why he asked me to do it, because we both had many conversations about this stuff.
Would you
I don't know if you saw his conversation with Trump on it, but that. To be honest with you, he thought Trump was lying out his ass on that one. Between me and you, all right, brother?
Would you Do you have time to call those guys now? I can give you their phone number and you can just call them.
All right. We don't have to keep listening to that. Let me get rid of that. So a little bit of history there. I mean, 3 years ago, GoofOn was still doing things that other people don't do. That's why I'm saying, hey, today is one of the first days where I actually feel like 100%. I haven't felt like this. I don't know when. It's been a decade. But I feel unreal, and I hope it continues. Next video. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. Some people have emailed me over the last few months. They're like, what do you recommend for seeing at night? Or do you have any binoculars that you use? What's your equipment? Well, back then I didn't get any night vision stuff. And I'm sorry I didn't. I should have. But here's some things that I found online that you might want to look into. And I can put the links to this in the show description. But here's a little video I made just showing you some things, and take a look here. I don't use these, so this is just something I did a little research on. These seem like really inexpensive, high quality, not military grade, but see, once you get into night vision in a military grade, you're looking at thousands of dollars, not hundreds. And we're all getting by, not everybody's got a lot of money, but here's some things that record and just some options I threw out there. I'll throw out something else, but you guys can check into this, and $150 to $250, $300, $350. That's cheap. But it depends on what you're using it for. Are you using it to look at the stars, the sky, the forest beyond the trees? I can't believe I made this little video this way. That's weird. I think I'll put that on TikTok. Anyway, what else do we got? And do not come back. You won't be. Oh, that's the Scambian thing. Yeah, we're not interested in that right now. What's this? Oh, that's right. That's the Scambian stuff. Okay, got it. All right, I've got this last clip. I put this in here. I think this is the video I was going to play. Yeah, it is. This is, all right, you want to look at a little bit of history. This is about 2.5 years old. And in that time, the players have changed and some have stayed the same. But what you're going to do is you're going to see some history now. And I always think it's good to look back on recent history because you can see if goals were reached. Oh, we're going to have this, that, and the other thing. Oh, we got record of that from 3 years ago. Let's see if this, that, and the other thing came true. It didn't. They lied. Look at the evidence. You can't hide. Why lie to us? Well, it's easy to lie. That's why. Here we go.
But now we have...
Hey. Hold on.
To the ISS for a brand new sighting you haven't seen. And then 2 more reports on UFOs that we still haven't solved. So buckle up.
From a national security perspective, identify those things that we see, whether we see them electro-optically, we see them with radar, we see them as eyewitness reports, through a myriad of different ways and avenues that we receive the information. and try to ascertain and determine if that information is a potential threat to national security.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real. They don't call them UFOs, they call them unidentified aerial phenomena. The several videos they're talking about were recorded years ago by fighter pilots. Then in 2017, they were made public by the New York Times.
But now we have videotapes from the United States military. Physicists have now analyzed these graphs frame by frame, and we realize that no known commercial or military vehicle can reproduce the gyrations and the velocities of these objects.
And let me first preface by saying some of that material that's providence is frankly hearsay, while the providence of some of this material has been substantiated. And ultimately, we're in the process of analyzing this material.
I love this. How many times can you say the word providence in 30 seconds? 3, apparently. Unbelievable. He used that word, right? And then I, was doing some research looking for stuff. And then I hear UFO Jesus saying the same thing. Providence. Just shut the front door. Other people were using the word providence. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like Rhode Island? The Providence of Rhode Island? I don't know. You know what they don't know. I don't know. No,
at 3 different levels. We're looking at its physical properties, its chemical, or if you will, molecular properties, and then.
So remember those materials? They were all bullshit? Yeah. It turned out to be nothing. A nothing burger. Thanks, Lou.
Ultimately, its atomic properties.
Always with the atomic. Yeah, what happened? Oh, boy.
What do you think they're likely to reveal?
So look at the title, 180-day countdown to UFO disclosures. Wow. To the first congressional hearing, no?
Well, it's interesting because Senator Marco Rubio said he would almost...
By the way, where has Marco Rubio been the last several months? Anybody? Yeah.
Rather, this was alien, because if it turns out to be China or Russia, then we're in big trouble, because the sorts of speeds and maneuvers and acceleration...
Wait a minute. We're in trouble if it's China or Russia, but not aliens. All right. Thank you, Nick Pope. So in other words, there is no threat. So why are you supporting the threat assessment? You just talked yourself out of your own argument.
That these objects are capable of really is concerning. And I hope that we're going to find out about that. It's interesting, just before Christmas, there were some leaks. Sitting in Office of Naval Intelligence is an organization called the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. They're probably the ones drafting this report. Some leaks suggest they have not ruled out the extraterrestrial hypothesis.
Remember that? Where's the UAPTF now? Oh, yeah, that's right. They've been disbanded.
Dr. Sapphire, do you maintain that same optimism?
So I'll be honest, I'm with Harris. I don't like the unidentified portion. I mean, right now, we can't even protect ourselves from misinformation from China, and our southern border isn't even secure. So I want to know what these are, because I'm not very confident that we can protect ourselves should we need to. I'd like some more information, so I'm ready for them to release that report.
Oh, that's right. That was the Pentagon UFO report.
I know that there is information that has been collected by the U.S. government that has not been released to the public. And
was that the lead singer of Linkin Park?
Let the scientists debate what these phenomena are.
That's him in the future.
We've now seen, as a result of reporting by the New York Times and others, the video evidence of these unidentified aerial phenomena.
Look at this guy over here smelling his own farts. Look at him. That must have been the egg salad I had for breakfast yesterday. Although he's American.
Let's put it out there. Let people debate it.
What is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
And we haven't seen those things yet. Thank you very much. Oh.
What do you take from this? What have we learned?
Well, we've learned I'm a smug, bully asshole, and my farts smell like cheese dip.
Well, this is certainly a historic moment for us, for our country, and I think for our military and our intelligence community. The government has formally and officially come out and informed Congress that these things are A, they're real, and two, that they're not ours.
Oh, this is when the government said they were real. Yeah. The government did not say the UFOs were real. Remember what they said actually verbatim? The videos are real. That's where I said that's the loophole. That's how they're getting away with saying nothing and saying everything. Right? That's what they do. You got to listen to the details. They matter, folks. You want to be a fly on the wall and be a spy and listen to that shit. I do too. It doesn't make sense to me that if you were given permission to say some things, why do you need to go later into a skiff for the details? That to me makes this is the most backward ass thing I've ever heard. It makes no sense to me. No, Rich, it does make sense. They can tell the public some things, but to get legislation moving in the right direction, they go into what's called a skiff and they talk to those people. They swear an oath they'll never tell anybody anything. And now they have a mark on their back if they ever talk. But they give the details of the details in the skiff. Not really. No, not really. And that's why Burchett was upset today. He said, I didn't hear anything new. And that's how you know you're being played. Wake up, bro.
Concentrating in just the last year and a half involving only military equities. And then the report further stipulates that a large majority of reporting really goes unreported.
So they're extraterrestrial. I mean, what's the other, let's just say it. I mean, what's the other explanation? Potentially.
Well, Tucker, that's a fantastic question because, as we've said before, when I was an ATIP, this is something that could involve outer space, inner space, or frankly, the space in between. If you notice, the very first line in the report is, this is a preliminary report, which is indicative of the fact that hopefully there will be other reports forthcoming. But the question is, what is it? And of course, people jump to speculation it's from the Pleiades or something like that.
Okay. 3 years later. So, we're not going to know anything. We're not going to learn anything. And if the government decides they want to learn and not share that information, they are going to do it. And I believe that's what they're doing. I don't think the government has ever steered away from investigating UFOs. Now, I think it's sad that the government refuses to work, well, I say this, but I don't know. They could be working with the public behind the scenes to people like, well, let me tell you this. All right. So tomorrow I wake up, the government knocks on my door. They ask me to work alongside them secretly and not tell you anything, but they're going to pay me $150,000 a year to do so. I, of course, take the job. I still do goof on, but you never know. You'll never know that I've been working with the government and I know things, but I can't tell you them Read between the lines. That's what we have to do here, is read between the lines. And those lines are blurred. And they're blurred. And it's very confusing right now. When AARO denies alien existence on any frame, any foot, any foul, I don't know. I just had to get 3 Fs. AARO denies injuries are occurring from vicinity of UAPs. They're denying that there's ships. They're denying that there were pilots to those ships. How can you have drip disclosure at the same time when you're denying the drip? You're drying up the drip before the drip has a chance to hit the ground and off and running. You can't do that. And that's what's happening right now. See, I don't think there's anything wrong with what's been going on. I don't think they're going fast enough. But according to the government, we're going too fast. So they're trying to rein it in. They don't want disclosure to go this fast. Is that what you're telling me? See, it doesn't make sense. Why even have AARO if they're not going to be truthful when everybody knows they got information over a year ago that they've totally ignored, that talks about injured pilots and people in the vicinity of UAP? But they ignored it because in Kirkpatrick's mind, it never happened and it can't happen. He didn't believe it, so it never happened. I don't know. I don't know why that would not be in their files. It makes, this is the portals, whatever you want to call them. It's just weird. It's very strange. I don't want to watch this anymore. I didn't like it. It was making me mad. And we're not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere. It may look like we are, but watching Corbell speak on his show Weaponized last night, he said the same thing I said here. He said it sure looked, I tell you, they must be watching. I think they watch me. Seriously, I really do. And that's okay. I hope they do. But he's saying some of the things that I've been saying. And every week they say something very similar or exactly to what I said here a week before they talk about it. I don't think that everybody's thinking like this. And it was interesting to hear Jeremy say, it seems like they're doing work, right? It looks like they're trying to get disclosure, but the reality is they're not. It's a ruse. And he feels like that. He feels he's being bullshitted now. That's interesting to hear who I think is a disinfo agent talking about the government not being truthful and honest with the dishonest person. Or maybe I'm wrong about Corbell and Nat being disinfo agents. Maybe they really are trying to get to the bottom of things and trying to bring disclosure to the front door, whatever they can do. And that they're just yesing everybody to death. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Yep. And they just go, yep, to get on stage. Whatever you say. Yep. You want that deal? Sure. And they never come through, You'll see. That's what's going on. It's got to be. Because when I listen to Weaponized, it seems like George and Jeremy do have our best interests at heart for the greater good of ufology. And then on the other flip side of the coin, I see two guys that are really grifting along and not doing much except, bringing whistleblowers who are not really whistleblowers to the forefront. I don't know who they brought. Who do they bring? They didn't bring anybody. What am I talking about? Who did Corbell and Nat bring as whistleblowers? It wasn't Grush. Nobody, right? Nobody? Yeah. Felt like somebody. They were there. It's just weird that they were there in the front row and at the subcommittee hearing. Yeah, everything's weird with those guys. It's almost as if they're being used and they're just yesing their way through everything. government is talking to me. I am going to do whatever they say. I could hear Jeremy saying that. I am not going to blow this opportunity. And George Knapp's like, don't worry, kid. I've got your back. I've got connections in this gig, this town, this city. You don't know half the things that I forgot more than you'll ever know, kid. Just stay right next to me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to mentor you, kid. Hey, George, what do you say? Stop calling me kid. I'm 40. All right, brother. And I'm not your fucking brother. We're work partners. Hey, Jeremy, calm down. I'm just messing with you, George. I'm Jeremy Corbell. I'm a documentarian of ufology. That's all I care about. And the truth. And trying to... I don't know what he's doing. I just don't trust those guys. They have given us reasons not to trust them. That's why. Every video ever brought to the public by Corbell and Knapp were terrible. Every one. Even the radar. Look at those objects make maneuvers. What are you talking about? Doing 85 knots. There's 2 objects going in a straight line. What are you talking about? Crazy maneuvers. There's no crazy maneuvers. But they want us to make us think, maybe it is happening and I just don't see it. Right? That's what they're doing. Just say it and it'll be it. Hey, thoughts do become things, but not like that. It's not like pressing a button saying, I want a mochaccino. And then all of a sudden you see a mochaccino. It doesn't work like that. By the way, this was fantastic. It has really helped me. That sugar was phenomenal. Yeah, really. It helped me with my thinking tonight because I was a little bit groggy when we first started. All right. What do I got? I'm going to get rid of this. All right, let's do that. Remove from studio. Remove from studio. Okay. And I've got 2 things left over to play, which are about the haters. And I've had a few requests, so I'll give you the request now. You're welcome. Come on, everybody. Don't be shy. Let's hear you. It's Greg Brown, everybody. The Crop Circle song. What are they?
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? I got the pitch down.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? What are they, everybody?
Are
they harbingers of world change?
Secrets in the field.
Say it again. Are they harbingers of world change? The secrets in the field.
Are they
harbingers of world change?
The secrets in the field. The secrets in the field.
What are they, everybody? I want to hear you say it.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? Again.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? One more time. What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the field.
Last time.
Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the field.
Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? That's so stupid, isn't it? What a doof. I'm such a doof. It's a change. feels good to do that. When I do that, it feels great. Change. People are dropping out like flies on shit. That's all right. Go home. It's okay. Go listen to, what are you guys doing? Talking about me. Not. All right. I want you to watch this. This is not fun. I don't like this at all. Not happy about this. Should I play this? It's funny though. I have to. These are people in other countries that think their ghost hunting looks legitimate and they're faking it, right? They're creating the ghosts and they think they're doing a good job. Like this is from like Pakistan and Istanbul, you know, places where you wouldn't think people would be doing this stuff. But they do. And this is fun. I meant to play this the other day. Come on, Richie. Here we go. Watch this.
They're just carrying a net. There's a guy in a black outfit. Oh my god, a ghost! Be careful! This is so stupid.
That is horrible.
Where are they? Is this a Six Flags? Where the fuck are they? Where is this? Also, what? It's just one very tiny net. It's like so thin. Oh, it's real black devil capture. This is crazy. They actually catch it at the end? Oh, they finally caught it. It keeps sounding like they say the N-word. This has 4.3 million views 3 months ago. Wow. Okay, dude. Half of the video disliked. This is bullshit. Come on, man. This is real ghost hunting. They caught the Black Devil.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Sam and Colby. It's crazy to think that they're excited to see.
Today we are at the most haunted city in America, Savannah, Georgia.
The most haunted city.
Watch.
This is an hour. I gotta DM Carl and be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Carl, is it real?
Make yourself known. What the fuck was that?
This is an hour long.
Give us a sign on this device that you're here with us. Again.
This shit's so fucking stupid. Give us a sign that it's here.
Another one.
I know that there's a guy off to the side or whatever with a button, and he's pressing a button to have the thing say again. They're like, oh, again, yo!
Right.
6.4 million views. 340,000 people were like, I like this. I better be.
See, it doesn't have to do anything with the evidence. It's a popularity show. If people like you, they like and believe you. If people don't like you, they don't want to watch you and think you're an asshole. Well, I know it makes sense, but it shouldn't be that way. It should be content good. If you like somebody or don't, if the content's good, you'll watch it, right? No, that's not how it works. See, I am coming to the realization now at this age and stage of my life that I'm just not a likable person. And those of you who have stayed here and followed me over the years, probably and most likely I should worship the ground you walk on, right? Because we think a lot alike, I guess, or else, yeah. It's amazing that people get millions of views off of things that are fake, not real, and were created. Oh, that's the same thing 3 different ways, isn't it?
Getting into some good shit sooner. I'm about ready to walk, dude.
Watch this.
Okay,
This is the last one.
We're back on woke.
Oh no, I want to go to number 4.
16. How long have they been doing this? The fucking song too. Did that ghost just hit the stanky leg? Is that what it was? Did she just hit that shit? All right, hit it. Hit that shit. Hey!
Oh, this is the one. Okay.
Ground just eating some Hot Pockets, eating some pizza rolls out in the middle of nowhere. Also, their homies just sleeping next to him in the dirt. That truly is a devious act from such a crazy spirit. Real ghost captured in CCTV. All right, here we go. Once again, my boys overseas are putting in work on these ghost videos, dude. All right, so it's a giant circle on the moped. Oh my god!
Terrible.
It's like, all right, guys, really don't lose focus. Now watch the moped for a moment. All right, we're gonna just look here. And if you didn't catch
that is terrible. Terrible. Anyway, those are some of the worst ghost videos in history. They're getting millions and millions of views, guys. When I see something like that, it's like, how? Why? Why would YouTube make them have that kind of following? Why is it that YouTube allows that when we're busting our ass every night to do the right thing and give what we believe is real good content to what's going on in the community, and YouTube shadow bans us for it? It's really strange. Well, Rich, because you're talking about national security issues and they're talking about nothing. UFO Man was here the other night. He's got 30-something thousand subscribers. He was one of the people who told me that, once you hit 10,000, it's like the channel turns off. And he was right. And I saw, he's got 30,000 subscribers, 36, and his views are the same as ours. And what I've noticed is, Amy in the morning, she's creeping up our way. And she's only got 2,500 subscribers. So we have 5 times more and only double the audience. It's weird. Weird. Paranormal activity terrorizes family. We're not going to let this thing run our lives, they said. Check this out. This looks legit as It does. It looks real. All right, the ad is over. I'm going to play this. This is good stuff right here. I think you'll enjoy this. This looks real. It made it to the news. Turn on the vol. Turn it up. Hit play.
Oh, what the Baby, it's not opening! What the Baby! Baby, come home from work now!
All right. I always have this interesting thought that comes into my head when I see kitchens. Why do ghosts love kitchens? Why? Every time they have to open and close the doors, the cabinets, the drawers, the refrigerator, the garbage can, the can on the lid, turn on the water, turn off the water, turn on the stove, turn off the stove. Doesn't make any sense. But I'll tell you what makes sense is that is the easiest place to fake UFO ghost videos. It's the greatest and easiest place to fake UFO videos, guys, right in your kitchen. Wow, that's fantastic. You'd have to fake it. Here we go. Amazing. It's like, what's the purpose? Wow, that's weird, isn't it? Whoa. That's heavy. That's on a rug, too, man. That's no joke right there. That's no joke. I like that video, to be honest. Seriously. I do. I enjoyed that. Can I have my big screen back, please? Thank you. StreamYard is killing me little by little. Oh, all right. Lazar was a plant. We talked about that. Lazar is a plant. I do think Bob Lazar is a plant. or was a plant. John Lear was his dad. Not joking. Being honest. Hold on a second. I see something here. I don't want anybody to get mad at me. All right. No worries. What time is it? Oh, wow. We've been going for a minute. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I said we were going to go longer. All right. Let me see what the rest of this video. Okay. This is when I had the haters. I'm not going to play. There's no reason to. Let's just remove it from the studio so I don't get remove. All right. Now, I have something else I want to play. Hold on. Is that it? No. All right. Hold on. I put it somewhere. I wanted to show you something or go over something tonight. No. We went over that. Okay, get rid of that. We talked about that. And we talked about that. There was something else I needed to go over. I think we talked about everything. Today's skiff. No, that's Reddit. All right, one more thing. Let me check here. Oh, this is what I did. Okay. All right, I see. Here we go. Here's a cool video. If you guys are interested in a little bit of history, this one's a good one. This is a time-lapse view, 40 seconds of the history of clothing. I said it's the history of clothing. Are you ready for this? Let's see that history in clothing. I thought it was cool. I would have hated to dress like that. That's cool. That's better. That would have sucked. The puffy man. The hats. A very distinguished gentleman in the 1900s. Look at the clothes. Look at those slacks. She looks smashing. Okay, so this is when I was born. Oh, they finally got the skirts above the knees. The years I was born. Look at the tie is now above the button. Nice. 70s, things got a little weird. You know, it changed drastically. We went from prim and proper to the opposite. Because people came home from the war. The men grew their hair and the women grew their flair. And then this happened. My early life. I had to live through this era. And I have to tell you, it prepared me for what I see now. If it was not for the 80s, the hairstyles, the piercings, the tattoos started. Nobody had tattoos back then. And then all of a sudden, the 90s hit. Everybody got tattoos. I think the way people dress now is sloppy. People don't have any self-respect anymore. You can definitely see that when you go out in public. The one place where people still get dressed up is church. For some reason, people feel the need in a church to look their best. Because if you disrespect the Lord in his own home, we'll kick you out of this church. Because we love you and we care about you. You know what I mean? It's so stupid how the way people think they're the biggest hypocrites. We're all hypocrites, including myself. We only care about what we want, when we want to do it, and when we feel like doing it. Isn't that the truth? And discipline, as Mike Tyson has been going around the internet lately, discipline, something I have. Discipline is doing something you don't like, but acting like you love it. That's discipline. Now, that's not here. I'm always mad at ufology, and I love doing this, so it doesn't really apply. But the discipline is 6 nights a week. 95% on time ratio. It's dropped. We were at 97%, but the last few nights, and I'm sorry. But thank you for hanging out tonight. We're going to get out of here. We will be back mañana. That's tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk about. However, we may be able to look at my videos for the first time in a decade, 12 years. And to see things that nobody has ever seen, God, I can't wait. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Wait. Tomorrow, the Diamondbacks are in the World Series. I've waited 22 years to watch the World Series with the Diamondbacks in it. I'm not going to miss it. Hold on. I want to see. That's right. MLB playoffs. All right. So tomorrow it's at 8 o'clock. All right. So here's the deal. We'll be here on time. I'm only going to miss 3 innings of the game. I'm okay with that. It's game 1. But the game's on at 8:03. So we'll be done here at around 8:45. That's 2 to 3 innings. Be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Saturday may be a little different. I don't know. We're not doing Sunday, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a morning show on Sunday. Holy shit. I think I'm going to do a morning show. Well, no, really, Sunday. I think I will. Hey, thanks everybody for hanging out. Moderators and super chatters, great job. Thanks for the support. You can still support GoofOn because that's how we survive, with your help. And all the links are in the show description. And newcomers and veterans, thanks for making this a great night again. We all talk. You guys are talking in the chat rooms. I can't get involved with chat room talks because I get distracted on what I have to do. But I see some great stuff happening there all the time. And I get updated reports daily. And I know. But things are good. Thank you very much for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. And as always, we do it here. Truthology. Oh, we already did this. Truthology for ufology. For you. All right. Be good. Say a prayer for Amy. Love thyself. And alien bless. All right.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.